by crimson wrath be sundered.
Pure damage? Oh yeah! Hello friends, this is Cold Run. Welcome back to a blind playthrough of Final Fantasy XIV's Dawntrail expansion, where last time we came to Mamook and learned the pretty horrible truth about the whole two-headed thing they have going on. And I'm gonna go with Scale of Trust. Alphino is ready to bring the people together. You haven't a moment to lose. According to Milalja, Moxutara... This is a challenge. Moxutural Zuj is an abandoned settlement northwest of the city. It should afford us the privacy we require. We must work quickly, lest Sarilja discover our intentions. Fortunately, Bakuljaja thought to give us additional scale, so we might cover more ground in less time. It's so weird that he's like a... He's definitely on track to be an ally, and he's an ally at the moment. Everyone should take one and get going. Use them to gather as many people as you can. What? Oh, you're getting the scales. Bokushu, let's retrace our steps. Maybe this time we can convince folks to lend an ear. We got the cold shoulder last time, but this time we have the two-head stamp of approval. Where's the entrance to this building? Oh, the last wall I check. Hubigo Merchant. Did I not tell you to move along? I can't be seen talking with the likes of you. Not even with this blessed scale? Symbol of trust bestowed upon you by Bakuljaja. Its blend of Hubigo and Bunewa coloring makes its origin indisputable. How does a lizard take off a single scale? Doesn't that just leave, like, a mass of, like, open flesh and muscle, like, underneath? Isn't that, like, painful as hell? A blessed scale in an outsider's hands? What business do you have with me? Ah, so Bakuljaja sent you to call an assembly. I'm not sure what to make of this, but I shall go to Moxutural Zuj at once. Me and my little wind-up Kryl. What's it called? Brushed-up Kryl? Brushed-up Kryl. So they are going to be receptive to it. Belligerent Bunewa. Take my scale. That scale. If the blessed trust you, then so will I. What is it you require of me? Like, begrudgingly, but they're not treating it as orders from me. They're treating... Well, no, they are. They're saying if they trust you, what do you want with me? Bakuljaja bids us come to Moxutural Zuj. A strong place for an assembly, but... Strange place for an assembly, but very well. I will not refuse he who fights for our dreams. Yeah, they really want... They really want him in power, and they really... Because it's one of their own. And it's like it's both symbolic and real power that they would get. Symbolic validation and real power that they'd get with the putting a two-headed up there again. Wuk Lamat, have you managed to gather some of the good folks? I don't know if they're good or not, but I've certainly managed to gather them. Wonderful. The esteemed Bakuljaja will be pleased. This fellow here, the esteemed Bakuljaja, like, because you're still selling it. This fellow here will be coming to Moxutural Zuj as well. Because we have to act like we really respect him, and I think it's just the polite way to refer to him here, I guess. Apparently there's an Ajul nursery to the west called Golmajik Grove. Would you go and see who we can talk to there as well? I'll meet you in Moxutural Zuj afterwards. Just one more person I need to find. I wonder who. Not the mother. I wonder. So this is the nursery, Golmajik Grove. I guess for some reason when I heard nursery, I was assuming a people nursery, or a lizard nursery, but no, this is an actual plant nursery. Grove worker. Leave this place, outsider. Eat this scale. Oh, my apologies, I was unaware. I thank you, blessed scale bearer, for bringing me word of this gathering. Away to Moxutural Zuj at once. It's probably Moxutural Zuj, because the X isn't really pronounced in this land, is it? Moxutural, maybe? Or maybe it's different if there's a vowel before it. And it's only, I don't know. I don't know. What do you think? How do you think X's will... What the hell is that? Look at this thing. I don't even know what I'm casting, but this thing is amazing. Are you seeing this? These are like ghostly birds that are skeletal cages trapping this pure spirit energy. Oh my gosh, this may be one of my favorite enemy design or creature designs ever. Like, this is, look at that. That thing is amazing. For like a regular non-boss type thing. Wow. And we keep seeing this. What is this? It looks like dice, but is this like a form of like braille or... I don't know. Certainly reminds me of braille, but I don't... Yeah, I doubt that's what it is. So we got our gathering here. Yeah. I like that music too, that piano, that like rising, falling piano. Very casual. Mystical, magical. I only just now turned off my mount music so that I get some more variety. Where's Wuk Lamat? On her way? Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm surprised this isn't voice acted. You invited the second promise as well. Why does that surprise you? Because he doesn't have a scale? Lamati, need I remind you that this rite is a competition? That, like, gentle scolding. And I don't know how I never picked up on this before, but my friend Proustian added a comment to an earlier video recently that Lamati is a play on Wuk Lamat. And I just, for whatever reason, I never made that connection. Because I'm a Dunkus, most likely. Whatever advantage you're about to share with me, you ought to utilize it to your own benefit. I've barely made headway in communicating with the locals. At this rate, you lead the race to the Golden City. I need your help. To complete the feat? No. Mamook has a problem I can't solve on my own, and you're the most clever person I know. I really do believe that it's going to end up as... This is changing a bit. I used to think it was going to end up as a duo leading them of Wuk plus Koana together, and I still think that's likely. I now think it's actually possible, or like with Wuk maybe as the Dawnservant, but the others, with Koana as like a co-servant, co-Dawnservant or something. I now think that we might get Bakul Jaja in the mix as well. I don't know. That's where I'm currently thinking this ends up as far as who becomes actual Dawnservant. I want to hear the people firsthand so that we might come up with a way to help them. Wait, what did she say? I want to hear or I want you to hear? I want you to hear. Very well. I'm at your disposal. Everyone, thank you for gathering on such short notice. I am Wuk Lamat, third promise of Tulihiolal. They are unimpressed. Promise, I thought you served Bakul Jaja. You deceived us. That is absolutely not the voice. No, they did not. Bakul Jaja the Mighty. And Bakul Mama. I forgot the mom's name. Is it Milil? The scales they showed you were mine. I entrusted them to the Third Promise and her retinue. Why honor these outsiders so? Because Wuk Lamat has won my trust. Now you will hear her words. All the heads moving in sync. It's almost a little bit eerie. That lizard smile, and not an evil smile, an actual intending to give comfort smile. Boy, we've come a ways. Bakul Jaja shared with me the truth about blessed siblings, about the price you pay to conceive them. As an outsider to your community, it is not my place to judge you or your culture. Culture is born of the experiences of its people, of their lives and their land. But it breaks my heart to know that yours has brought you all so much suffering. Yeah, that's a great way to approach this. You're not disrespecting them, you're expressing empathy for the lot that they've, through any number of reasons, have ended up at. If any here wish to break from the cycle of tragedy that creating blessed siblings demands, I ask that you join us. That's going to be a tough sell, I think. Maybe it won't be, but that feels like it'll be a tough sell for people who it's... I guess if it's so deeply ingrained in their culture that it's like a core value, I have a tough time believing they'll turn around. But if they're already on the fence and thinking about this and having second thoughts, that's something else. Please, I don't want any more of our children to die. You think we want this? I thought yes. I thought they actually sincerely did want it. We have no choice. Only blessed siblings can liberate us from our suffering. Without them, we have nothing. Bakul Jaja the Mystic. That remains to be seen. Speak with the Third Promise. Share with her your worries and your pain, and together we may find a new way forward. It's crucial to get Bakul Jaja's stamp on this, his backing. Not just for the end, but for the execution. If she is trustworthy, then I will speak with her. It would be best if you withdrew, my son. Many cannot yet speak freely in your presence. Right, they'd still feel obligated to say, oh yeah, like, because they probably think it was a test. They could think any number of things, but I think it's a nice, smart move by Milil Jah. Let's keep an eye out for Zareel Jah. He wouldn't take kindly to this sort of gathering. Once we understand everyone's concerns, we'll be better equipped to help them. Let's make sure they feel heard. Making people feel heard is, I mean, it's a vital step of any process of any type of communication. Even if your goal is purely one-sided, you still have to listen. I say as I skip talking to everyone. I'm glad Koana agreed to help us. I'm just assuming the quest will have us do that anyway. He's always been good at solving complicated problems. Me, not so much, but I'll support Mamook's people however I can. By combining our respective strengths, we'll help them discover a new source of hope. I know we will. Mamook Speaks. Alright, Kukushu, before we start, let's make sure we're remembering our history correctly. Are we going to get quizzed? Maybe this is one of those where you have to get a certain amount right. Alright, the Mamulja and Shabral fought for centuries over the land in the upper forest. But due to infighting, Mamulja forces struggled to make significant gains. In order to promote cooperation, the Hubigo and Bunewa clans intermarried. That's how blessed siblings were first conceived. With that in mind, let's talk to the people and learn why they rely on blessed siblings. Right, the merchant. This land was once rich with ore, but the Yokhui did not stop digging until all the veins were spent. The meteorites are only good for so much. Even if we made overtures to traders, we have little to offer. So it's a land that's poor in resources at the moment, due to outside interference. Like a lot of, I don't know that this is, no, like a lot of colonized peoples. And that's what they were when the Yaqui came over. Nothing would make me happier than to make a good life for my family in the place where I was born, but that's impossible. So with the resources as sparse as they are, you don't have good prospects for trade. So there's not a lot of raw resources to make for trade. And so it's not just a lack of the complaint isn't necessarily about a lack of stuff. It's about a lack of the means to trade to get the stuff. Belligerent Bunawa. Those who have known only open skies and bountiful land can't comprehend our plight. To thrive, we must take what we lack by force. And for that, we need the might of the blessed siblings. This is seeming remarkably like the Garleans. Conquered, taken over, and then or the pre-Garleans, I guess. Taken over, stuffed into this land with no resources and forced to take what they need. To thrive, they need, the blessed siblings. There have to be other ways to thrive, ways that don't require fighting. Grove worker. As you'll have noticed, this forest is very dark. Hardly any sunlight makes it through the canopy, so it feels like it's always night. We plow, we fertilize, we irrigate, yet our crops shrivel and die as though cursed. The only one that knows well is Najul. That grows well is Najul. Jatika, banana, and Tarali. Try living on that and little else for a few centuries and see how you like it. Yeah, even if that has the nutrition that you need, that's not sufficient. A forest where nothing grows. It's not hard to imagine why you'd want to leave. I wonder if the answer is going to be a scientific one, like finding some way to help the crops grow here. Maybe like clear out some of the forest, clear out some of the overgrowth so that you can get some sun down here, or some Charlian technique to help things grow in darkness. I mean, they had the whole friggin' what was that called? That underground dome where they kind of made things, where you're able to make things grow even outside of the sun. Maybe they'll be able to do something like that. Unsure citizen. Blessed siblings promise us more than strength. They promise us the sun. This forest is dark and inhospitable. When given the opportunity to live in Tulhiolal, most of our people didn't think twice. Still, the prospect of being among so many outsiders was intimidating enough to keep many of us here. Blessed siblings are meant to deliver us from this accursed forest, to lead us to the fertile land above, where we might make a place for Mamulja to abide in peace and plenty. Wuk Lamat. So you desire fertile land, one that's all your own. And I don't think they want to leave here. Like, I mean, I guess if we gave them fertile land in some random place, they'd probably be okay with that, but it's not ideal. Well, I think I'm starting to understand. Everyone has their own perspective, but all that their concerns were about the forest itself. Dark and fertile, cursed. Hearing that, it's little wonder why people here wish they had better land. And who better to get it for them than blessed siblings? It's hard to convince people. This is not as hopeless as I was afraid of. They don't see the blessed siblings as an intrinsic good. They see them as one means to an end, and a less than ideal means to an end. It's hard to convince peoples to stay in a place that they can't provide what they need. You'd think the meteorites at least would have value, but apparently not. Hold on. Didn't Erinville mention something about the meteorites? That the ether they emit makes the plants glow blue? A rather significant physiological effect, I would say. If we were to study these meteorites, we might discover other ways they influence local flora. I noticed a curious amalgam of tree and meteorite just south of here. Determining precisely how they interact with one another may yield crucial insights. Everyone, I really appreciate you sharing your thoughts with us. Thanks to your insights, we have a promising idea already. We just need a moment to investigate it further, so please bear with us. We'll be right back. Right back? Is this all the time it'll take? I guess sure. I mean, it feels like it would take a lot longer, but it just, video game stuff. It really is incredible how a tree could support such an enormous boulder. Meteorites' etheric emissions are palpable even from this distance. Seeing this again makes me feel more confident in sharing a theory of mine. I suspect that only plants with an etheric affinity to these meteorites can thrive in this forest. Aha! So maybe find other crops, like a diverse array of crops that might work well with these meteorites? If so, the gargantuan trees that create the dense canopy would by necessity possess the same affinity, as well as the aforementioned nodule tree. Indeed, I should like to analyze samples of meteorite before drawing any definitive conclusions, however. I carry with me a few devices that will aid in this endeavor, but perhaps you and Kryl could lend your expertise as well? I'd like to join you. The etheric signature of those meteorites may be crucial in determining what manner of species may fare well here. Yeah, there's a whole possible, like, new ecosystem that might work here that we're just starting to explore. Oh, I think I see what you're getting at. If we can prove to them the cursed forest isn't quite so cursed, maybe the people won't feel like blessed siblings are the only solution. So how can I help? Want me to climb the tree and break off a piece of meteorite for you? There are plenty of... He immediately goes to the cat option. There are plenty of fragments on the ground already. It should be enough for our purposes if we gather about 5 pieces each. Even better if those fragments are gathered from disparate locations. I will collect your pieces once you have them. Alright, a literal fetch quest. Aaronville working hard over here. Well, should have brought better tools. He's working, he's doing his best. Meteorite shards. Let's see what these things are. Softly glowing remnant of an ancient meteor shower. We got our fragments for Koana here. Much obliged. Alphino Kryl and I will combine the gathered samples and conduct an analysis forthwith. Determining the wavelength may take a little while, but I am hopeful that our efforts will bear fruit. I'll tell my sister to await our arrival at Moshutural Zuj, so go and meet her there. We will return with our results as soon as possible. Done all we can. The rest we must leave to Koana and the others. Yeah, presumably it won't be too long before we get some results. I don't know what the first thing about those Charlian devices of his, but if they can be of help to Mamook, I'm glad he has them. There's hope for this forest yet, Kakushu. I can feel it. There's hope for this plum purple dye I will give to my friend, who likes purple. The feet of the Brotherhood. Here we go. Wuk Lamat is determined to find a solution for Mamook. I'm sure Zariel Jaw? I'm trying to remember how he pronounced it. I'm going to go with Zariel Jaw, but it might be something else. I'm sure Zariel Jaw would have choice words for us if he knew what we were up to. But his people are my people. I can't ignore their plight. If I'm to call myself Dawnservant one day, I have to bring an end to the tragedy here. Many are depending on me, Pakul Jaja not least of all. Anyway, I'm sure Koana and the others will be back with their report soon. We just have to click the destination button and wait sufficiently. Good. Everyone is assembled. In light of our news, I thought it only right to call the others. I didn't even see, is, what's his name? Warlike Lizard here? Zariel Jaw? Thanks to the efforts of all, I'm pleased to say our analysis has yielded many valuable insights. And I dare say the prognosis is... Excuse me, sneeze. And I dare say the prognosis is hopeful. Earlier we asked about the hopes you place in blessed siblings. why they are important to you. Your overwhelming response was a frustration towards this forest. From a lack of natural resources to the inability to cultivate crops, in all respects have you ever struggled to build a prosperous home, thus your understandable desire for new land. However, this would be an unfortunate dismissal of what makes your forest uniquely valuable. That is, the soil. Our tests have proven, without a doubt, that the Jatika heartland is abundantly fertile. This may again be surprising to hear, as you have seen the crops fail time and time again, but we have discovered the root of this problem as well. The meteorites scattered throughout your forest emit an unusual energy that greatly influences the development of surrounding plant life. Some plants thrive on this energy, like the Najul and the giant trees that create the canopy, but others, as you well know, are sickened by it. Fortunately, the solution is simple. Ha! The surprised lizard face. Across the salt in the place called I thought they were going towards the mechanical setup of yeah, but no, we're off that. We're off that train of thought of the Archeon? Where was it? Labyrinthos. I thought we were going towards the mechanical setup of Labyrinthos, but no, we're getting flora from Charlian. Okay, that would work with this. Gotcha. And across the salt in a place called Charlian, there is a peerless collection of flora sampled from every corner of the world. Now that we know what energies are most prevalent in your forest, we can offer you seeds and starters guaranteed to thrive here. I took the liberty of contacting a few colleagues via Link Pearl. Should you desire them, a sample of our best candidates can be shipped here in short order. Just as Eorzea acquired the Popoto and Tomato from Tural, he would say tomato, wouldn't he? So too might Mamook benefit from foreign crops. You mean we'd be able to grow more than a Najul here? Precisely. While care must be taken to choose those species that will not have an adverse effect on the ecosystem, your agricultural options should increase markedly. With the right crops, Mamookan will have all it needs to prosper, both at home and in trade. Blessed siblings don't have to be the answer anymore. We're still gonna have to fight the giant Dawnservant, aren't we? The giant Gulool Jaja. Then there was never any need to fight? Never any need to sacrifice? I mean, it's hard to say never, because you didn't have these options before, but yeah, we can't, thank you, Bakul Jaja. We can't change the past, but we can try to make the future better. Let the old teachings end with us. I know blessed siblings represent absolute strength to you. Letting go of that ideal can't be easy. But I'll prove that when we work together, our combined strength can achieve anything. She's so good. She's so great. Show us promise. Unsure citizen, if there's another way for our children and our home, we'll no longer suffer in silence. Yeah, Zarilja is going to have a little bit of a surprise. But I also don't think Zarilja will go along for the ride. I think he is what I was worried the rest of the people were like. I think he is bought into the idea of the strength that the blessed siblings can give in a way beyond, in a way that it has intrinsic value for him. And if you show him an alternative way that skirts them to get what all these people are looking for, prosperity in the forest, crops to grow, diversity of trade, I don't think he'll give a shit. Sometimes we have to fight alone, but not this time. Would you say a few words, Kakushu? No, I was going to say no. Let me not say a few words. I was going to leave it to them because I don't want to. There's no reason for me to butt in here. They don't really know me, and oh well. Faithful as I decide, you can save even the entire star. In friends both old and new, you can find the light to banish the darkness. Anything is. Let's go with number one. Number one seems like the most applicable to this continent and this setting. Anything is possible when you work together. Our victory over Valagarmonda is proof of that. I say as I stare daggers at Bakul Jaja. The Sky Ruin. The great Gulool Jaja himself struggled to even seal it. We've said what we wanted to say. Now all that's left is to defeat my father's shade in the feet of a Brotherhood and clear the way for Mamook's bright new future. Is this going to be another trial? It has to be, right? It probably is. Belligerent Bunewa, you should change your name now. Do not give us cause to question our faith in you, please. Live up to your words. I will. After we complete his feat, let's be sure to tell Zareel-Ja the good news about his forest. I'm sure he's as eager as anyone to eat what tasty foods they'll grow here. I really doubt that. I think he would rather eat dirt. As long as the absolutes are the ones who... As long as the blessed absolute... I'm still in Baldur's Gate 3 mode from that Let's Play ongoing. I'm still... I think he'd rather eat dirt than eat anything that is grown thanks to something other than the protection of the blessed siblings that he helped foster. Compassion even for the likes of him. You continue to eclipse me in every way. Then it is a simple choice. Are you giving up? Interesting. He might be giving up. We're counting on you, Wuk Lamat. I like how they just said Bakul Jaja because it was both the Mighty and the Mystic speaking at the same time. Jinx, they owe each other a Coke. Is Jinx, you owe me a Coke still a thing? Probably not. For anyone under the age of 40, I don't know. Wuk Lamat has gone ahead to announce her readiness. I never imagined the samples we so feverishly collected for the Exodus would find new purpose here. But if they help these people improve their prospects, all the better. We should go and meet our comrades where Zareel-Ja made his own attempt. The final feat awaits. Pigeon's just left the little seat cushion next to me, and he's walking to get some dinner. I'll keep you updated. Don't worry. Oh yeah, this is a boss arena. Someone has gone to fetch Zareel-Ja. I should be here soon. Yeah. Several cutscenes will play in sequence. Okay.
Zareel-Ja, I'm ready for the final feat.
Zareel-Ja. I knew it was different than how it read, than how it looks like it's spelled.
Grown weary of postponing the inevitable, have you?
Something like that. You see, I've learned all sorts of things about Mamook and your people.
Is that supposed to impress me?
It should. It doesn't, but it should.
I now understand why I need to surpass blessed siblings. The cost of producing superior offspring is destroying your people's souls. Look at them, and you'll see this.
I don't think he cares about looking at them.
So I'll defeat my father's shade and prove to you that there's a better path for Mamook.
There's a Harry Potter argument that was really took me by surprise. An argument against a particular thing in Harry Potter that took me by surprise, where it was the whole question of Hermione as a muggle and Hermione having to prove herself, and how in the books, like, she was able to show through her intelligence and whatever that she was as good as any of the Moogle haters, as any of the Muggle haters, and people who were basically wizard racist against her for being a mudblood, for being half Muggle, and The argument I read was the argument I saw. I don't remember where this was. Basically, said how this was totally insufficient because the argument wasn't that as a half muggle, not Moogle, as a half Moogle, as a half muggle that she. It was not that as a half muggle she wasn't going to be as skilled as them as a pureblood, or as intelligent, or as skilled, or as good a wizard. It was that she wasn't as good a person, that she lacked the value of them just by virtue of not having pure blood. And I feel like it's going to be the same here, that it's not about all this extra stuff at this point. But I hope I'm proven, I kind of don't hope I'm proven wrong just for story, but I hope for the character's sake that he's actually better than I'm expecting. For Zereltra, I mean.
Without the blessed, we are nothing but weaklings, doomed to fade into obscurity.
And so that line alone makes me think I might be wrong. He might actually be open to a new path.
Of course you are weak. We all are, each and every one of us.
What she learned.
But when we join hands, we gain the strength to overcome any foe, even Vali Yarmanda.
Enough talk. Prove your mettle against Gulool, Jaja, the finest warrior ever to have graced Tural.
Fine by me. Not even Papa's shade will stop me from upholding his legacy.
I will fight alongside her.
He's giving up. I think.
Claimants are not permitted to assist one another. Second promise. But you may observe your sister's pitiable attempt.
Is he going to say I'm no longer a claimant?
I see. In that case... It seems I'm no longer a claimant. I am now free to participate, I trust.
He's not just going to say it. He's going to say it in the most extra way possible. The most, like, machinist showing off. Oh my god, that was amazing.
What are you scheming?
He's not scheming. But he is
Nothing.
scheming.
I've simply come to realize who is worthy of following in Father's footsteps. Not our brother, not Bakul Jaja, and not me. You have always held the happiness of our people closest to your heart, Lamachi. So I will do everything in my power to ensure you ascend to the throne.
I won't go more into depth than this because I'm trying to convince a friend of mine who might see this video to play this game. But Koana gives me major Miles Edgeworth vibes in a very good way. Right down to the little that thing. And yeah, that's all I'll say. If you played Phoenix right, you'll see it. If not, I apologize.
This is how I shall repay Father for his kindness. This is how I shall serve Tuli Yolal.
I could always count on you, Koana. Thank you.
It will make no difference. Numbers matter not in the face of true might.
This is the argument.
Gulool Jaja, mightiest of the blessed. Arise!
Oh, that is a cool look. The smoke pouring out. Like the glow, the smoke shining with
ready?
power. Or I was counting to see if we have 8 here. I think we have 8. Oh, wait. No, never mind. Oh, no, we have 8 anyway.
No hard feelings, Papa. I've got a lot of hopes riding on my shoulders. And the only way forward is through you.
Unless is this not even going to be a trial? Is this going to be... No, it has to be. No. No, it's not a trial. Really? I am shocked. I am actually shocked that this is not a trial. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We even have enough people for it. Why didn't they? Very interesting. I wonder why they didn't make this a trial. Okay. Let's see if I could remember how to play a Pictomancer.
Bear witness to our resolve. And the reason which guides our journey.
So long as we stand together, we're unstoppable.
Roaring Star. Oh, I shall protect thee. Maybe we should get into you. Be where you're surrounding. Yeah, let's get. Oh shit. Let's get over here. Maybe. There we go. Barely survived. Got out of that. Does this mean? Oh, right. Dang it. I forgot about that mechanic.
Blades of fire rain.
Like about that icon. Okay. Yeah, we're good on that. Oh shit, Again, I was looking at my motifs and not even watching, really. This might take a few... I'm likely going to die, and that's okay. Gulool Jaja's Glory. Steelfold Strike. What is this?
Take that!
Oh, the exit. Gotcha. Again, new mechanic to me. I like it.
How is this?
Oathbind. What is Oathbind? Explosions coming out from those 4? Beginning a ritual of flame. I don't know what that means.
Some manner of paralyzing effect. Defend the afflicted.
Okay, so we have to
free them. Target the constricting flames.
None can outrun my flames.
I'm targeting them.
For
I'm not doing nearly enough damage for this. I'm trying to AoE, but it might not be enough.
Not enough. But together we shall triumph.
Yeah, there. Oh, I see the cast bar. Okay. Yeah, this seems like it would be a perfect for a trial. I guess it's like, I wonder what's the story behind why they didn't make the what was his name? The dream version of the Garlean Emperor that we saw in that Inception world. Why didn't they make that a trial? I know the Extreme was a trial. Maybe this will be an Extreme trial too. I don't know. Or Extreme only trial, I mean. Dual Pyres. What's Dual Pyres? Oh, 1 and 2. Gotcha. 1, 2. Foiled Strike. Shoot. I'm just going to stand. It's the same thing. Okay. I would not have gotten that if I didn't see where the other NPCs were going. I would have died right there. Steelfold Strikes are there first. I think here is okay. And then there. Bam, we got it that time.
I know not who you are. But I applaud your tenacity.
Oh, they even got some personality.
This will quench your thirst for battle.
And I love his wings. Like, is that something he's already wearing? Like in the real world? Those like giant wings coming out off his back? I think it is, but I'm forgetting.
By Crimson Wrath be sundered.
Pure damage? Oh yeah. Oh, this feels like this feels like such a Dark Souls moment right now.
Everyone, get behind me. I've got a bad feeling about this.
All right, I'm behind you.
Will you have the strength to stand after this?
Probably, yeah, probably. Saga of Dawn and Duty.
I will be the next Dawnservant. I will protect my people.
Look at that dome, that shining Dawn dome.
Is that the best you can do?
Impressive, but I'm not finished yet.
I didn't think you were. I see your health bar.
Become Dawnservant. For Tuleyolan.
Yeah, we got this. Oh, this was very, very good. I'm glad we got to do this, even if it's not a trial. I mean, I was going to do it as an NPC thing anyway, as a trust trial anyway, so it doesn't make a huge difference to me. It's just, again, just surprise. Up in smoke.
That's my old man for you.
How's he going to react? Big mad. Big mad.
I refuse to accept this.
Ain't that a bit stubborn? Even for you.
Is that Bakul Jaja? No, that's... Who's that? Are you the wizard guy?
Erugadin? It couldn't be...
The guy who trapped the thing at the bottom of the ocean?
Tanqua!
No.
It's been too long.
Never mind, someone else. Tanqua. Someone new.
It has indeed. You're looking more imposing since last I saw you, Wuk Lamat.
Tanqua?
My Turali moniker. Gulool Jaja insisted I take one, saying my birth name was too cumbersome for the local tongues.
And for me, apparently, because I don't remember it, but I know who you are.
That birth name being Ketenram, I presume.
No! Ketenram's that legendary Eorzean sailor. The one with the pickled cabbage.
That's his legacy, the pickled cabbage.
We can talk about me cabbage later.
Don't get me demonetized. I'm not monetized. Don't get me banned or restricted or any of that.
Elja, whether you like it or no, these young'uns accomplished the feat. To deny Wuk Lamat her reward would be to betray the Dawnservant's trust.
Is this a normal Rogadin face? It doesn't look like one, but I could be mistaken.
And what should she be rewarded for?
Like, it looks more
Calling
human.
upon her minions to carry her to victory.
Nothing wrong with that. That's allowed. We're not minions, we're Wuk Lamat's friends and comrades. Yeah. Your Autarch Mamook shows some dignity. That one's saltier, but I'm going the high-handed route.
You believe a ruler should be reliant upon such?
I mean, it's a ruler is a raid leader, not a solo artist.
Together, we can achieve anything. You needn't place your faith in the promise of blessed siblings.
How would you have us reclaim our glory?
with friendship and community. With us.
The outstretched paw. How can you say no?
If you need to rule, you should be more sparing with your offers of clemency.
So he does feel it.
Especially to a man who has sacrificed countless young lives.
I think it's bad. I get where he's coming from even with that. I do understand where they thought they had to do this.
I will fulfill my charge as Elector. In recognition of your feat, I bestow upon you a keystone.
I'm sorry, I actually have to run mid thing. I don't know how much longer this is going to go on, and I have to go. I'll be back in an hour. I'll finish this up, and you probably won't see a difference, but I have to step out. I'm going to leave this here.
I'm confident that you will find the Golden City in no time.
We'll follow up on that confidence in, again, probably like an hour and a half for me or so, and no time for you. Bye-bye. Congratulations are nearly in order, I suppose. I'm confident you'll want to find the Golden City in no time. Right.
You've grown much, and more during this journey. Become someone ready to lead our nation. Little Lamachi no longer. As your brother, I couldn't be more proud.
I've been away from this. Again, it's been probably about an hour and a half, a little bit longer since I just played this last section, and just immediately makes me smile to see this.
Koana. Thank you.
Wuk Lamat would absolutely ruffle Koana's hair when he was younger, right?
I must
like when they were younger.
My gratitude for your cooperation, and my regret for failing to live up to expectations.
He has not failed to live up to those.
If you believe Wuk Lamat is the woman for the job, then you have our wholehearted support.
One last thing. I wish to speak to you both from the heart. Unpracticed as I am, this may sound hackneyed, but I am truly grateful to have met you.
The simultaneous
such feeling would resonate with any fortunate enough to hear them.
The simultaneous, like, under your breath, cool guy, laugh, acknowledgement things. Yeah.
Though our journey together hath ended, ever shall we cherish the memories.
And your journey is not ended. It's just latching on to, I guess this leg of the journey has ended. I imagine you're still going to be working together very closely.
Aye. And should you require further esoteric musings or biting witticisms, don't hesitate to call. I dare say we'll come flocking.
Never heard it pronounced esoteric. Never. Is that a British thing or just the voice actor doing it?
But I get ahead of myself. As I recall, our contract remains in effect until we've escorted the second promise back to the capital.
I leave my sister in your capable hands. See that she returns home safely.
You've still malms to go yet, Wuk Lamat. The rite ain't over till you find the city of gold.
I know. But if I can come this far, I can go all the way.
What a unceremonious way for Kettenram to join the party. To enter into the fray. Just showing up here. It's strange. Like, it's weird, right? Am I wrong? Is it... Non-rhetorical question. Did you find it weird when he just popped in here? This, like, semi-legendary figure that... Just, hey, I'm here in Mamook during the feat of the Brotherhood. Let's go and tell the people of our victory. I didn't think we were going to get a cutscene. I wanted to hear what Zarelja was going to say, but it was usually there's not much that happens there. Just if you remember it, let me know though. Milalja, third promise. Wuk Lamat, you brought everyone. We were just coming to you. We did it, Milalja. We proved to the Autarch that not even my father's full power could overcome the strength of our fellowship. I knew you would. I was right to trust you. Hubigo Merchant, you fulfilled your promise. Now it's our turn. Grove Worker, you've shown us another way. That we can build the lives we've always wanted here in our home. Only without sacrifice. I really think they're calling this early. I think that the whole, like, we've fulfilled your promise. We've made your faith in us. You know, you shouldn't have doubted us. You've repaid our faith. All that really feels like it should come after all the crops are transferred in and after they're thriving again. This feels like a nice first step, but this proving that you don't need the strength of that you can overcome the strength of the legendary Gulool Jaja is a good start, but we have a long way to go here. Unsure citizen, since our new crops will come from across the salt, I suppose we'll have to treat with outsiders as equals, of course. Inside or outside, we're all just people, no matter what we look like or where we're born. When you're not used to all the color and variety, differences can feel like obstacles. But by learning more about what makes us different, we can also find common ground in places we never expected. Something new may become something you love. And something you once hated someone you once hated might one day become your friend. You'll never know unless you keep an open mind. And while it may feel scary, taking that first step towards understanding is always worth it. This feels, I appreciate the sentiment. This feels more like a PSA or like the end of a G.I. Joe episode, or like the more you know, stars come across. It feels like more like that than a lot of this sentiment usually does. I don't know why. Of course, learning about outsiders may well help Mamook grow. I'll bet you could. Oh boy, if we can get some the Moblins in here, teach you about trade, or the what the heck, the Pelu Pelu in here. I think that'll help too. But what happens when they learn about us, about what we've done? Zarelja, they will not. What do you mean they will not? For generations, our covenant has been kept secret, and so shall it remain. It's true. The atrocities committed here were facilitated by the Autarchs. We and no one else are responsible. That I disagree with. Boy, do I strongly disagree with that. Everyone else was just following orders, I guess. I appreciate Zarelja's desire to not let the blame fall on the others, but it does. It absolutely does. I understand it. I get why they did it. And there's, that's why I don't treat Zarelja as like an utter inhuman monster worthy of being immediately like murdered and go to jail, directly to jail. But like, to the extent that there is blame and there is a lot of it, I think it's spread around far more than Zarelja is saying. No one's being damned, and your life isn't forfeit. I missed that. I'm sorry. I was looking. I had to deal with that. For my deeds, I'm prepared to forfeit my life, but I will not suffer others to be damned alongside me. Yeah, that's not yours to say. I mean, that's your opinion, of course. It just as all these things are, but like, you don't have the ability to absolve them. Yeah. The last thing the city needs is more death. Bakul Jaja hasn't fought this hard and for this long only to lose his father. Because Gulool Jaja must have known about this. 100%, right? He had to. Again, 1,000% he knew about this. you truly feel responsible, be the first person to extend understanding to others on behalf of Mamook. And there's some common ground here with the who were the Titan Beast tribe? Not the kobolds, was it? I don't remember. I think maybe the kobolds, but the Titan Beast tribe, like that they, like I'm thinking of that moment, that wonderful moment in that whole scene where the guy awoke to like, oh my god, I've killed all these people, but I still can't trust you. There's that same awakening and need to take a step forward, but in that case, they were betrayed by those who. That was different. That was a different scenario. Yeah, that was spurred more by others' betrayal, and this was not the same thing. Our community is here waiting for you, here in Tulikolal. Let me know what you think of all this, how you process what your idea of the Autarch's guilt is versus the guilt of those around them. I do think the Autarch shares more blame for it, but this was a group effort in my opinion. Individuals, especially because the individuals could have left, which is a tough choice, but they weren't being forced to do this at gunpoint. They hadn't sworn their lives to the Autarchs. Maybe they had, but like there were clearly a lot of people that left this area and integrated with the city. So that, in my mind, puts even more blame on all of the people here who chose to keep this going. Milalja, we can still make things right, my love. Choose a different side of history. I just seen the thing in the back left, that fish thing, or that sculpture, that carving. Thank you, Third Promise. Thank you for everything. You still owe me an explanation about that cabbage, you know. I don't remember this guy. Was this guy on the ship? And I just didn't notice. Was he on the... I'm gonna have to look back at that. Was he on the ship? On the ship that we were on when we came over to Taral in the first place, and he was just like something... There was an incident with a cabbage there? Was that... Maybe. The people of Mamook have accepted you. Everyone's available for use. Good. Road to the Golden City. Boy, oh boy. You know what? I think this is probably a good stopping point. I'm going to call it from here. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And I was about to apologize for the discussion getting a bit like heavy and like ethics of mass murder and like systemic murder and the guilt, but I don't apologize for that. That's part of what, it's not all of what this game is about, but it's certainly one of the joys of this game is experience and thinking about it and seeing pretty complex situations. Really, let me know what you think, and any of the opinions I have are just thoughts, and I'm curious to know what you think, and I'm certainly willing to be swayed. So yeah, see you later. Bye-bye.